Oh, yes, boys. Yes, we are fucking back. And guess what we're doing, boys? We're doing yes. Yes. But, yes, boys. Yes, we are doing yes. And we're doing The Fragile, an album which I've heard is an absolute classic from the 1970s in progressive rock. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, what I do with these album reaction reviews is I listen to the album, I record my thoughts, I sample in the music cohesively, I edit the shit out of this bitch, and I've got a review written up by the end of the album with a score and a rating and a bloody whatever, mate, technical analysis. So, let's just jump into it. See how we go, and yeah, let's just go. Wow! 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 But yeah, I have heard this first song. I did a reaction on it, I remember, and I just remember the fucking, I don't know, I think it was a beat or something, some kind of motif just made me fucking giggle the fucking shit out of myself. I love this little guitar lead, man. Like, it's just classic, you know? Yeah, that little vocal line there, that's so fucking Beatles-esque. Yeah. Gotta say, I love the vocals. I mean, they've got this weird sort of English cadence to them. But I don't know, I just like his inflection. It feels just kind of like beige. I don't fucking know, man. This fucking drumming, man. This little instrumental breakdown is fucking perfect, man. I didn't even remember this existing. The fucking drums, man. Yeah, no, the drums and the bass have been so sick so far. Really like some of the catchy guitar leads as well.
Mountains come out of the sky.
Come on, man, yeah. Oh, I remember this now, man. Yeah, it's almost like jazz fusion this bit, hey. Yeah. And this drum beat, man. Love how crisp the cymbal notes are. Paul McCartney, eat your fucking heart out, mate. Love the cheeky little vocal ad-lib bit right at the end there as well, you know. That whole song is just complete classic. That's like one of the best songs ever fucking made, I swear to God. Oh, and this is Brahms. Extract from Brahms' 4th Symphony, man. Well, okay. This is uncharted territory right here, man. Let's see how we go. Well, I was not expecting this. I mean, it really is exactly what it claims to be, an extract from Brahms' 4th. Calm your Brahm tree farm before I don't know. Was that the song, mate? Was that fucking yo? Okay, it was one. Oh, yo, this is eclectic, isn't it, this album, hey? Just creating like a hypnotic bass to just mold the song around, I guess. Ooh. I just realized how much influence Animal Collective has taken from a song like this. Yeah, one of my favorite bands, man. They take so much influence from this shit. Bloody hell. Catch you later then, mate. But that was cooked out, man. That whole song, that was very psychedelic with the looping vocals there. Yeah, and again, the influence on that song, I can hear that in so much modern fucking psychedelic indie bands. I actually love the guitar tone in the song as well. Drum beat tempo is perfect. Felt so good with that tempo of the drums. Ooh. This little lead in the back, man. Yeah, just a strange vocal performance, but it fits the mood of the music so well. Yeah, again, the rolling piano chords coming back into the fray, probably leading into the groove to finish the song, I'm gonna guess. Voice. No! So sick. No, man! What a beat! What a tempo! The tempo is perfect, man. For all of these fucking dolphin leads. That was so sick. That could have gone on for another 5 minutes and I would not have minded, man. What a sick tempo. And the guitar licks as well. Fuck, man. I can't keep up with this album. It's just, there's so much going on. Wow. Wow. Bloody hell, man. Oh, was that a fucking interlude, mate? Oh, there you go. 5% for nothing. Yeah, that was like 5 seconds of nothing, mate. Yeah, I could run for this, man. I can run for this.
Long distance, run around.
This, again, feels almost like the Beatles with this,
Still remember
stabbing piano chords.
Still remember we really tell lies. Letting in the sunshine.
This almost feels like it could be on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, hey?
Letting in the sunshine. We really got when you say goodbye.
The bass. Oh, yeah. Whole Beatles-esque little lead here.
Looking for the sunshine.
Ooh. What a transition, mate. Not sure sure with their transitions, but that was sick as fuck. And King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard has taken so much influence from this, I can tell. Yeah, this album is so eclectic, man, like, it's so hard to wrap your head around in a way with some of the song structures, with some of the flow, but it works so perfectly. They just got it all worked out with the bass and the guitars and how they fucking interlock with the tempos of the drums and all of the extra embellishments, the feelings, I mean, even the vocals, you know, just so nice, man. And I'm already at the fucking end of the album, man. Holy fuck. Give me more time to write, bitch. Ah. Love the bossa nova flavor to the guitars here. It's not quite bossa nova, but it's definitely got a Latino sort of flavor to it somehow, a real warmth to it. Yeah, nice, man. That was actually really beautiful and just calming and soothing. Very warm, that guitar lead. Wow! Right. What the fuck is this, cunt? Ah! Mate! Perfect tempo, mate. This is insane, man. I'm getting goosebumps with the drum beat alone. What the fuck, man? How are these organs so ethereal and cinematic, man? Insane, man. I'm just lost. I can't get over this, man. I love how they switched up the tempos in the song. Like, it started with that really sexy slow tempo, and then it just went into the throttling one. And now it's just smoothed itself back down into this calmer, soothing passage here. Full bass laden, lots of extra embellishments. Little synths like that, you know. Sounds like Kraftwerk. Oh. I mean, before these bumbling synths anyway, that was just fucking beautiful.
Love comes to you, and then after dream on to the heart of the sunrise.
Beautiful, man. These tempos with the drums just add so much Was that up the album, boys. Now we got a minute left, boys. Fuck me. I need to finish up this review. I just haven't had time, man. Oh, Animal Collective sampled this. Animal Collective fucking sampled this. And just before, I was talking about how much influence Animal Collective took from this record. Well, I'll tell you what, man. A lot of influence. Okay, boys, yeah, so, wow. Fucking wow, man. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, this album just kicks off with an absolute classic, one I already did a reaction to, Roundabout, right? But yeah, it's been a couple months since I heard that track, and coming back to it, I just fucking love the layering of the instrumental. It's just fucking brilliant, man, in a real undercutting way as well. You don't quite realize just how involved some of the drum fills and the bass lines are, not to mention the extra embellishments provided by cheeky organ lines and jazz fusion synths and vocal ad-libs like the da-da-das, you know, to finish out the song. And of course, it's all just so fucking ridiculously catchy because of the bass and the drum beat and the vocal performance in the chorus most especially. I mean, it's just a classic, boys. It's just a fucking classic. But yeah, I really do enjoy the production of the entire album over here. I mean, the production on the drums most especially, like the cymbal hits just feel so bright and clean and audible at every point. Not to mention the drum playing itself is very technical and suits the musical template the band affixes to it throughout. The guitar tone as well has this very classic rock sustained electric bite to it in some tracks and feels very compatible with the popping licks and the jangly riffs that are played. And the thing is like this album doesn't feel that guitar driven at all. In fact, the guitar seems to almost play second fiddle to the bass here, which is very refreshing in a way and, you know, just gives this album yet another unique angle to the fucking palette. There is, however, Mood for a Day, which is the absolute fucking definition of guitar driven with that very warm, bright reverbed bossa nova guitar just playing itself out as a standalone fucking 3-minute interlude, and it definitely serves as a perfect counterpoint to the song following, Heart of the Sunrise, which if you don't already know is one of the best closers mankind has ever fucking written, no debate, because when this track came on, man, like, as you probably saw, I was just gobsmacked. To start off with, it's got that slow intro passage with that delectable slow smooth tempo and the cinematic ethereal maybe vocals or organs, I'm not quite sure, but it all had my hairs just standing on end. And then the tempo following that slower one is so fast and throttling, man, with those guitar leads and the drumming, it just... bro! And going into this album, I was a little skeptical about the vocals. I wasn't sure if I was gonna hear any vocal performances that would wow me in of themselves. But the one on this song just feels so evocative. You could feel the longing to be out of the city and into the heated hinterlands of a bloody country sunrise, man. I mean, the dude can sing, which makes me think, damn, like, if at some points, if only he could have focused his melodies into more ear-grabbing, more tangible expressions, then this band could have reached into different dynamics entirely, and that is occasionally lacking on this album, I guess you could say. And yeah, the vocals themselves have this very English cadence, and not just that, but a very checked, hushed delivery that I can't quite describe. It's got this sort of tender beige smoky flavor to my ear while still maintaining that quasi Brian Wilson and Paul McCartney emulation in a lot of vocal melodies. They do in places meander, like I said, especially in the more obvious vocal ad-lib performances like Through the Middle of South Side of the Sky or even Roundabout, but I don't feel like this harms the record altogether that much when there's already so much detail and melody and seasoning to the instrumentals alone. But yeah, another one of my favorite tracks on this album has to be South Side of the Sky, of course. I mean, holy shit, the grooves to begin this song and to finish it as well, especially that drum beat, the tempos, the fucking guitar licks at the 5-minute mark. That's just a classic basis to build an entire fucking song around. It could have been even longer, to be honest. But yeah, the bass as well, that stands out on its own, and it's given so much space in the mix to breathe with all of its lurching and slurping glory, giving it just so much body and funky flavor, like to every single track here. And the thing is that it actually is funky as well. I mean, at some points it feels like a cousin of maybe Herbie Hancock, or a lot of jazz fusion with just how much color it adds. Another thing setting this record apart from other contemporaries, I mean, there's a lot of strange effects, Kraftwerk-esque synth lines and rolling piano chords, and experimentation notwithstanding the song structures themselves. For example, cans and brahms. For example, Cans and Brahms and 5% for Nothing are just two strange interludes of maybe 4 on the album. The former being a tribute of sorts to Brahms' 4th Symphony and feels very much unfinished in a way, and 5% for Nothing maybe is even more pointless than a lot of Tool's filler tracks. But you know what, this record, it does feel like it revolves around the 3 idler wheels of Roundabout, South Side of the Sky, and Heart of the Sunrise, all of which are just fucking undeniable classics. But yeah, let me just say, as a side note, In the Court of the Crimson King is my favorite progressive rock album and probably a top 5 album I ever listened to in of itself. And I remember being about 13 when I first discovered it, and just being overawed by the conceptual weight and the fantastical bend to it. It just captured my imagination. And this feels similar simply because of just with how beautifully weighted and composed the instrumentals are on these songs. If I'm nitpicking, then, you know, some of the transitions are a bit whack and abrupt, but, you know, on the whole, this album does feel very cohesive and flows from strength to strength, and if anything, doesn't feel long enough. But yeah, and finishing, the drum work was fucking brilliant, and one of my favorite performances in the subgenre. The bass pretty much the exact same, the vocals are bloody brilliant in places, and the guitar leads just give this the embellishments and extra jankly licks that it melodically needs at times. So yeah, they just got the palette pretty much dead on perfect here. Maybe it's flawed in places as a whole, but the highs are really fucking high here with those 3 longer tracks. So I'm just gonna chuck this a cheeky 4.7 out of 5. And yeah, just leave it at that. Too fucking easy. Admittedly, I do feel like a bit of a mong giving these high scores to all of these albums I've been doing recently. But honestly, all of these albums have been fucking brilliant. And this is just pretty much a straight up classic, man. Yeah, like, just a classic. So yeah, boys, I'll just catch you in the next one. If you want to support me, I've got a book on Amazon. You can buy it in Kindle and in paperback. But yeah, too easy. I appreciate the likes and the comments and all of that. I'll just catch you in the next one. It's that simple. Just have a good one, man. Wow!